community. It's Brian from Brian's Vinyl Records. Today is Wednesday, and I am coming at you with another vinyl edition. So on Monday, instead of my normal vinyl editions, I did a little tribute to my dad. We laid him to rest yesterday, so it's been a rough last day and morning, but I'm going to try and get through this as best I can and show you what I got, because I have a pretty large stack of new stuff to go through. So I'm going to start with some albums I got from a vinyl auction. The first one I'm going to show you is the Beatles Yesterday and Today. I do have a copy of this. I have my dad's copy, but it's pretty scratched up, and of course the cover is in bad shape. This one, the cover has a full split on the side here and is starting to split on the bottom, but the vinyl itself is actually in really good condition. So I was super happy to go ahead and pick this up so that I had a good version of this album. So happy to have that. That's number one. The next one is the Beatles' second album. So this is a Capitol Records release in the US, and I've been slowly grabbing those. So I think now, if I'm not mistaken, I think I have the first 4 Capitol releases on vinyl. I may not have one. I gotta look for that, but I do have this one. I know I have 4, and I know I have Beatles 65, and I have Meet the Beatles. So I think that's most of them. There's one that I'm still hunting. I can't remember what it's called though, but either way, happy to have this in my collection as well. A lot of really good classic Beatles jams on here, cover songs and things like that, but a really good album to have. The next one I got was this. This is Fleetwood Mac in Chicago. This is an absolutely fantastic album. It's a jam, basically. Fleetwood Mac and then a bunch of other artists went into the studio and just basically sat there and jammed and did a bunch of songs. And what's cool about this is you get to hear them, noodling in between songs and talking and all that stuff. So it's kind of a really cool album to listen to, and it's just full of blues greats here. So this is Peter Green and Danny is on this one. So this is just really good stuff. So I'm really excited to have gotten this one in my collection as well. And then I finally got a early pressing of the Highway to Hell album. This thing sounds awesome. Cover is worn a little bit, but the album's in great shape. I do have the 2003 remaster version already, but I've been trying to get both of the 2003 remasters and the original mastering of the AC/DC albums. So that's kind of been my quest lately, is to fill those out. So I have both versions on vinyl, and I gotta say I really dig this version. It sounds very good. The bass sounds awesome on here. So I'm happy to finally have this version in my collection. And the last one from that same auction is Bob Dylan's Empire Burlesque album. So a lot of people, not their favorite Bob Dylan album. It's alright. I didn't mind it at all. It's definitely different from most of his stuff. Definitely got a more pop influence on it, but it was good. I enjoyed it for what it is and added to my Bob Dylan collection. Alright, the next 2 albums I picked up from a store called Vintage Vinyl in Red Wing, Minnesota. I had ordered from them before, had a great experience, so I ordered from them again because they had a couple albums in there that you just don't see around very often. The first one being Ugly Kid Joe, Uglier Than They Used to Be. So this is really cool. This is a 2015 release from Ugly Kid Joe. It's a limited edition album that they put out, and what's really cool is it comes on a nice cool green translucent wax. It has a really cool poster in here that folds out to the Ugly Kid Joe character. Really fun, and it's actually a really good album. So super happy to have found this. It's hard to get, hard to find, but I was able to pick it up from Vintage Vinyl. It's been there for a while, and so I jumped on it finally and ordered that. So very cool. And the other one I got from them is this MOV press of Another Side of Bob Dylan. It's a mono press, and it's, like I said, it's music on vinyl pressing, and music on vinyl does no wrong in my eyes. And so I was super excited when I saw this there, and I picked it up. Another one that you don't see very often on the MOV press. So very excited to add this to my collection as well, and just continue adding to my Bob Dylan collection. The next set of records are going to be ones I ordered off of Amazon because they were dirt cheap and they had a special buy two get one free sale. So the first one is the Freewheelin Bob Dylan. I wasn't originally going to buy this, but I put my copy on and I had a bunch of skips in it, and it wasn't in the best shape, so I figured this one was, I think, marked down to like $14. So I pounced on it and picked this up, and now I got a great sounding press of the Freewheelin Bob Dylan. This is stereo press. I also picked up Aerosmith's Greatest Hits. This is the reissue from, I believe, 2019. Yeah, 2019 reissue of this album. I remember having this on CD back in the day. I think I have all of Aerosmith's early albums anyway that are covered on this, but it's just a really cool compilation to pick up and put on if you want to just listen to the classic hits. And it's just a really good one. So I picked this up. I got the new album from L7. This was released last year as well. It's called Scatter the Rats. It's the first album that they put out in 20 years. They reformed, I think they broke up around 2002, and they reformed in 2014, and this is the first album they put together since then, and it's absolutely fantastic. It has that classic L7 sound. The sounds are pretty good on here, so I really enjoyed giving this a listen to. So if you're looking, if you're an L7 fan, don't hesitate to pick this up. The next two fill out my Nikki Lane collection. I picked up this one. This is Highway Queen. I believe this is, let me look here. Yeah, this is her most recent album from 2017. Recently I picked up her Walk of Shame album, which was absolutely fantastic. Decided to grab this one as well. This one went on sale, so I grabbed this. And then to top it off, I grabbed her last album I needed, which is All or Nothing. This one I haven't listened to yet. The other two I have, so looking forward to putting this on. But I did shuffle her music while I mowed the lawn last week, and really enjoyed it. So that's why I picked up her whole basically catalog. So that's cool. All right, the next set of records here are going to be ones that I picked up on Sunday, Father's Day, and my family all said you should go buy some records. Most of the record stores were closed, but down in the valley was open, and this is the first Sunday they had been open since the pandemic, and I was really excited. So I went there and I picked up some stuff for kind of like a gift to myself. The first one is this one, Night Ranger. This one is called Man in Motion. This is a Night Ranger album I had not heard before. This is a gold stamp promo copy of it, which is really cool, and then someone took the hype sticker and stuck it on the album cover. I don't know if that is what the record company did when they sent it as a gold stamp promo or not, but it's on there now. Really fun album, great. Brad Gillis is awesome on guitar. Jack Blades, I love his songwriting, so just really good stuff. Night Ranger. This is from 1988. Yeah, 1988. So one of the later Night Ranger albums. And the next one I picked up, for my dad. I told you the story before when I was going through the box of records I got. He's a big fan of a band called The Litter. This is their album $100 Fine. This is from 1968, and this is the 2015 repress from, so I think it's Sundazed Music, and it sounds just killer. Just a great sounding press for an album as old as it is. Minnesota band. My dad band boyed for them, so basically helped them set up the gear on the stage, helped them with tunings and things like that when they were doing shows in the area. So he has a very good affinity to this band, and I'm now just starting to grab their albums as they have been reissued, and if all of them sound as good as this, I'll gladly pick up Distortions next. But this is a really cool album. Garage rock, psychedelic stuff. Next up, I picked up the other solo album from Grace Potter. This one's called Midnight. I've been watching this on Amazon, and it's just never been in stock, so I decided to grab it from down the valley because they had one in stock. And of course, with my VIP, I got a couple bucks off on this because it's 2LP. So really looking forward to this. I haven't even opened it yet. It's still sealed. I'm going to crack the seal on this week and give it a spin. The last one I picked up for myself on Father's Day is this one. I've been eyeing this for a long time. Super excited to have it. This is the Big Lebowski. Now, I've always said I can just buy the original cover album version of this, and it's usually going for like $16 on Amazon. But this is just such a cool cover, and I really wanted to get this. It's not cheap, but I decided to splurge on it because it was Father's Day, and I just really wanted it. And I got a couple bucks off because it's I got $1 off because it's a single LP set, and it just looks really cool. The artwork on here is fantastic. The sound quality is great. This is a Mondo pressing of it, and I really like how they put these kind of faux obies on them as well. So just a great record. Sounds awesome. Great soundtrack. So super excited to add that to my collection. The next album I want to show as we get to the end here is the new release from one of my favorite bands. This is Blackberry Smoke, live from Capricorn Studios. So this is an EP. It's got 6 tracks on it, and they're all cover songs of classic Southern rock songs. So they didn't go, the typical route of doing your Freebirds or your, Sweet Home Alabamas or anything like that. The only song on here that that is, a major song would be Midnight Rider. The rest of them are great songs from the Southern Rock catalog, but everybody knows Midnight Rider by the Allman Brothers. That's the closer on this album, but it's just a really cool album. You can see the tracks on here. Take the Highway, Grits Ain't Groceries, Keep on Smiling, Southern Child, Revival, and then, of course, Midnight Rider on there. These 2 tracks, Grits Ain't Gravy and Keep on Smiling, feature Jimmy Hall on vocals, so that's pretty cool. But overall, this is a fantastic sounding album. Really enjoyed it. It's a cool little thing that they put together while all this crap was going on, and it's on this really neat blue vinyl as well. So super excited, and it's a great album. The last thing I want to show you is something that I ordered for myself, also kind of like a Father's Day gift for myself. It was something that I had emailed the company about and asking if they were ever going to repress this copy, because I believe the last time they pressed this album was 2006 or 2008 maybe, and it's just never been in stock, and it's super expensive to buy it on Discogs or anywhere else. They emailed me back and told me that they were actually looking to repress it in the next 2 or 3 months. Well, 2 months later, they put a post out on their Instagram saying back in stock, and I quickly grabbed it. This is Natalie Merchant's Tigerlily album. It's $50, but it's the original master recording of the album, and it sounds absolutely fantastic. It's a 45 RPM spread over 2 discs, and I mean, it just sounds killer. So super pumped to have added this into my collection. I've slowly been suddenly getting MoFi pressings, which is crazy. They're usually pretty expensive, but I've gotten really lucky, and I paid full price for this one. But again, we're talking less than half of what you'd pay for it online typically. So super happy. It came direct from the manufacturer, from Mobile Fidelity, and I couldn't be happier. And then I've been lucky because the other ones I picked up, either I got used from an auction for dirt cheap, or I picked up on one of their sales. And the more you buy, the less shipping impacts you, because it's basically $10 to ship FedEx, but it's $10 no matter how many you buy. So if you can spread that out over several albums, you end up saving good money. But what was really cool about this is I ordered this on Friday, and it actually came on Father's Day. FedEx delivered it Sunday. So it only took 3 days from when I ordered it, not even 2 days basically, from when I ordered it to arrive at my house. Super pumped about that. So great sounding album. Super excited to have this in my collection. So there you go. I made it. That was quite the haul this last week. Really excited. Lots of cool stuff I got. A lot of things I ordered or won on auctions that finally all started coming in. And then, of course, my trip to Down the Valley was a good success. And then the Tigerlily album showing up was just a cherry on top. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Vinyl Editions. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button. And please leave a comment below. Love interacting with everybody in the vinyl community. Thank you all so much for your support over this last couple weeks as I've been going through all this stuff with my dad. I truly, truly appreciate it. We're finally over that hump. Funeral has taken place. Next steps are helping Mom get everything sorted out and figured out and what she wants to do going forward. So thank you all for your kind words, your prayers, everything. It's meant the absolute world to me. Until next time, though, keep spinning vinyl, friends.